But if you are in your 40s and you make $47,000, you did a lot of stuff wrong. You made some poor decisions. I'm going to be honest with you. And that is the reason why I can't be with you. It's your decision making. In your 40s and you make $47,000, you did a lot of stuff wrong. You made some poor decisions. I'm gonna be honest with you, and that is the reason why I can't be with you. Nope. It's your decision making. I'm not talking about people in small towns. I'm talking about in Atlanta. ATL. You was a little slow. You just gotta own up to it. Something ain't right. Okay.
What if they haven't?
You can literally work at QT and make more than that.
What if they have a job that's like the max cap and they're passionate about that position?
I already told you how I feel about that. If it's a purpose, like I told you, like the oncologist, that's a totally different situation. But we know that that's not most of these people's situation. Okay.
Because I was about to ask you, because the previous show, y'all was talking about how important it is for Black men to be teachers. And I don't think teachers make that much.
No, sir. That's what I'm saying. A teacher in Atlanta coming straight out of college, undergrad, no experience, just one degree is $50,000. More than that, 47.
Some are making like 80.
A bare minimum.
We're talking about $3,000. I mean, come on. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying.
At 40.
Okay, let me ask you this question. What if that's his passion and he checking off all your boxes?
The podcast
his passion ain't paying what you want it to be paying.
So I've said this before. Like I gave you the guy who was the oncologist, who he said his passion was research. If you have a bigger purpose, like finding a cure for cancer, or a purpose of, you want to save the kids, that's a totally different situation. You understand? Yeah, if you working at Walmart, I'm sorry if you work at Walmart in the stock department, and you're 40-something years old, I'm sorry. Something along the line just wasn't right. Now, if you fell short, like maybe your job, you had a great job and they hit rock bottom, and then you had a severance package and you're just trying to get another job, totally different situation. We're talking about a person like this is his job and this is what he do. No.
So let me ask you this question real quick. If somebody said that same thing to you about the income that you're making right now, what would your response be?
About my income?
Yeah,
I don't make $47,000.
That's not okay. So just the question is,
her voice changed and everything.
If somebody said to you, "Hey, Shantae, you make how much? Oh man, you must have made some mistakes and some bad choices in life. You must be a little slow." What would your response be?
Listen. You know what? I may be a little slow. Shit. I mean, if I made $43,000, sometimes you gotta look at y'all. Nobody wants
not to 43. I'm talking about what you make.
I make $85,000.
Stop the cap.
Okay, so if somebody said that about your $85,000,
are we sitting here saying $43,000 in Atlanta?
I'm just asking you.
Saying 43,000 in general. He said the same thing to
Not
me.
in general. I'm talking about in Atlanta. I can't talk about Alabama.
Even in Atlanta.
Listen, if you working somewhere and you did something wrong, it's a resume. Period. Would you go apply for a job? It's just what it is.
So
maybe
what did you?
Maybe working is just not your thing.
So what did you do wrong that you're only making 85,000? Because I know people that's making 150. And I'm trying to figure out where you went wrong.
I chose to be a teacher.
I see what you're doing, podcast.
Shout out to you.
I'm sorry. See, I gotta try to turn this into an intellectual conversation. So do we understand what control family household wages? What in the world control family household wages?
Mikhail, yes, that's poverty. I'm sorry.
But it's a question of the panel. Do we not know what control family household wages?
I think a lot of people don't know that.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, right? It's policy, right?
It is policy.
Okay, so but them the very same thing we ignore. Like it will. This is a nigga mentality, right? We'll talk about how much a nigga make and how much a nigga don't make, and then we don't understand that policy influence the family income household, and we ignore it. And like, oh, when we start talking about policy, oh, let's change the subject. Let's start talking about dick and pussy. Let's start talking about why this nigga not getting the bag. Let's start talking about this. Let's start talking about that. But policy affects it. And if you take one moment and you look at policy, you will see how it will go, and it will change to, you know what? Now we're making an extra $20,000 a year. So now it's transforming things.
Political on here, like, come, it's
not political. I'm just saying it's a statement. I'm not pulling out no executive orders or no. I'm just saying is that because all we gonna do is just talk around in circles to say and say, oh, why they don't get the bag?
Let me just say this. And I'm gonna hit your point. You're old, Paul, because that's a good point. I take accountability where accountability is due. I have 2 kids. I am not married. I could have done a whole lot of stuff different. You are absolutely right. It devalues me. I'll take all of that. Do not be a single mom. It is hard work. I will take accountability for that. Just like I need you to take accountability, not you personally, for your shortcomings when it comes to if you making $43,000 in Atlanta. Like, come on. I'll take accountability for my part. You take accountability for yours. Period. There's no excuse to make $43,000 in Atlanta is poverty. Like Mikhail said, that's poverty in Atlanta. Unless you're like entry level and you're in your 20s.